Hey.
Hey. What's up, everybody?
Hello,
Hey, hey.
everyone, and welcome back to a natural ruckus
Friday night
stream.
stream.
Oh, I
I
still.
thought you were flipping. I thought you were flipping the bird at your camera. Then I'm
No,
like,
I
what
was
did
like,
chat do?
I was
It was
like,
just because you were like right on, and for a second I was like, is Tom flipping the bird? Like, what did he do? How did the world upset him so today?
no, I wouldn't flip the bird. The bird would. So hello everyone, and welcome back to our natural ruckus stream. We are back
So,
with the second breakfast club. Yes.
we're a little late today, but we're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we are excited to play.
Yeah. Very. Hi.
We're just sorting some audio issues out. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I still giving Aleph an echo?
Hello.
It's not you that echoes. It's we hear us echoing on your feed, but not right now.
Try talking for a while. Mike.
I am the very
Hello. I cannot hear myself through you now.
Yep,
Yeah.
you sound good.
Also, you kind of cut out.
Awesome.
But
Awesome. Make some
Awesome possum.
minor
Love possum.
adjustments here. Who doesn't love a possum? They have a pocket. Rabies. I like to keep rabies in my pocket. Okay. A tiny bit of sun on my side. So one last thing, and I should be good.
Good.
Did anybody want to do a recap? You said you were going to do it, right, David?
Yeah. So, last time we kind of discussed a little bit about what we're doing next. We're going to go to Ferro Pax and try and find Tasha's mom and all that stuff. Tasha and Joran needed to sleep because Curiosity, Carrick, and Bernard had been having a nice vacation on the plane of air, and we came back after having just slept. So we were awake, ready to go, and everyone else coming back when we said we would, when everyone should have already slept, but they all stayed up late, so that's their fault. And yeah, so kind of Carrick, Bernard, and Curiosity went and did their own things while everyone else slept. Curiosity kind of did a bit of a spiritual journey kind of situation. Not totally sure what's going on with that yet. And Bernard went and talked to a friend in a village nearby, letting them know what was going on, that we were leaving. Kind of some information was exchanged there a little bit, some revelations to be had. And Carrick decided to check out, to find Amy, our lost squire who we had left behind in a city of dragons. Picked her up along with this wizard Abadasher who'd been trying to hire us to save the Tower of Time, but we were fighting dragons and stuff, so we didn't have time to save the Tower of Time at that moment. So we dropped Amy off, went back over to the Tower of Time to find it was under siege by a mummy lord and a near invincible sentient sandstorm that had taken the shape of basically a hurricane amount of scarab beetles, and was just tearing the place down through some plane shifting between the plane of air and the material plane. Carrick was able to open some hour-long portals to the plane of air, allowing a bunch of people to escape. He saved 35,000 out of the 700,000 occupants at the Tower of Time. The top tower of it was occupied by this construct. who was called the librarian. The top floor being called the book, where all the new information was coming in and being written down and then distributed throughout the rest of the library. He shut that down. So no new information is coming in. It alerts all of their agents out in the field that danger is afoot, and we're able to evacuate those 35,000 people to Cormator. Afterwards, Carrick showed back up, kind of looking a little worse for wear, as everyone was waking up and kind of discussing what was going on, and he kind of filled everyone in. And that's pretty much where we left off. Believe the plan is still to go to Ferro Pax, because there had been a question about whether or not we should divert and try and solve this Tower of Time business before doing what is effectively what Carrick had thought to be just sort of restoring Summer to the Vale. Like, he wasn't really sure why this was more important, but it turned out there's a giant Cyclops beneath the Vale that we need the Vale to keep in check. Otherwise, we're going to have some other horrible, nasty, world-destroying monster roaming the planet. So we decided to maybe try and get that sealed up before what we assume is the machinations of Valak, this evil wizard type person, trying to kind of overthrow all the modern power structures. And so yeah, we leave there, going to Ferro Pax, and then over to the Maelstrom.
Well, technically, we were mid-conversation with Curie and Tasha when we dropped out last time, because Mike loves a cliffhanger.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Turns
we'd
out
like
we
to
don't
fade
need
back
to
into
worry.
that.
Yeah, turns out we don't need to worry too much about going to Ferro Pax, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Romance drama was revealed.
Connection drama, excuse you.
There's nothing like being shipped on a ship.
Funny.
But yeah, so Tasha had just revealed that to Curie that she's been going to Ferro Pax quite a lot
Over the course
over the
of
past
like 7 years.
7 years.
That she's been connected to it for that long. She mentioned that she and Tempest had gotten close. Curie said, on the horizontal level, and Tasha said, maybe at first, but then a little, both. And basically, saying that pretty much that's as far as we got. There was more, but that's as far as we got.
So, I guess we don't need to worry too much about Joran making an ass of himself if you're in such good standing there. You're not there.
Well, I can't really say what they're gonna do to him if they see him, because their beef with him is separate to my connections with them. I mean, I it's gonna look strange for me to stand up for someone who attacked Ferro Pax, Butcher's Bay.
Sure. Well, I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. Can I have the compass back, please, before we go?
Yeah. I take out the compass and I hand it over.
Okay.
That's all. You don't have any questions or anything to say?
I mean, we could have a conversation about why the fact that this is the first I'm hearing about it. 7 years you've been doing this? Yeah,
Well,
it's not important right now, is it? It's something you didn't feel the need to tell me about. I don't tell you about everything. Oh, well, no, that's not true. I do tell you pretty much everything that's going on in my life. But it is well known that I talk too fucking much. So.
had a re.
It's
I
what you
just
do,
didn't
Tosha.
know. I didn't know when I could tell you, and I didn't know what to tell you. I didn't know there was something to tell until things got a little out of hand and just.
Sure. Okay, look, me being annoyed at you is not going to solve anything, and I'm not annoyed at you. I feel really fucking weird about this in a way that I'm not quite able to verbalize right now. But we should go. We should get everybody together, and then we should go. What this seems to me is this is an advantage that we can use right now. You're probably much more up to date on the goings on in Ferro Pax than I am. I have not been there in years.
I just wanted you to be prepared for things that you might not expect when we
Sure.
get there.
Sure.
Can I
Come
do
on.
an insight check to see like how Kiri's feeling right now? Cause like the
sure.
sure's are like.
I mean, technically, you can't figure out exactly how somebody's feeling with an insight check. You can just tell if they're withholding things.
I can't even find my bag. There we go.
Yeah, you can insight check. I don't know exactly what I'm rolling to contest it. Because
Kiri's
not lying. I don't know.
I just want to know what I can read off of your face.
Maybe persuasion?
Sure. I mean, or depending on how good Nairi's roll is, I'll give some information if you're happy with that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Forget it. Unless you roll worse than this, if you're gonna roll against it.
I'm not rolling against it. What did you roll?
Okay, it's a 9. I'm not gonna luck against this. If I don't read anything, I don't read anything.
I think what you read into that is what Nairi reads into what Jade is doing right now, which is
there's
something.
a lot of making up to do.
Let's get the boy and go.
It's this very moment that Tasha's starting to realize how much she kept from Curie.
And how much having that Ring of the Master made reading Curie easy.
It's been a while that Tasha's known that she's kept a lot from Curie. It's not just the past week. she's not stupid.
But yeah,
but it's like
Curie kind of pats you on the shoulder, just like, it is what it is. Let's go.
Okay.
Circle back. Cover the boys.
Okay, so everybody, how exactly are you intending on getting to Ferro Pax? Were you going to go by boat?
Double plane shift.
Double plane shift. Awesome. Okay. So where's your in between plane? Plane of air again?
Yeah, I mean it's a safe spot, so might as well.
Oh.
Until one of those lightning balls takes issue with the castle.
Yeah, before we go, Tasha's gonna get changed into her pirate outfit, essentially. Which is basically like just this sort of brownish gold-lined corset-type vest over her shirt. Ripped up pirate flag that's really ripped up at this point, just under her belt, secured by it. And then all the patches and stuff that she was wearing before.
Yes, Tom.
Did Carrick finish the hat?
Yeah,
Did you finish that? Yes. There you go.
Yeah, I used 2 fabricate spells to make all the clothes. So I made 2 outfits. I made one for you, and who else wanted it?
I think Amy.
Oh yeah,
they're the ones who look the most obviously fightery.
I just take the hat. Thank you, Carrick, for this. I'll be fine. I have my own.
I mean, no one else is going to be able to fit into these clothes. This is...
Take them.
I mean, is there something wrong with them?
I can keep it in my bag, I guess. Put them in the bag. Thank you.
All right.
Just so you know how hard it is to come by those materials here this time of day in this part of the world. Just gonna say, I mean, having a hand tailored suit made for you is, I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind.
I mean, I do have like 3 reams of cloth in my bag of holding, but
How long do we have to stay on the plane of air before we hop again? Do you have to do a night in the
I
plane
could
of air?
take
Or
us
is it
straight
eas-
over.
Okay, cool. Just double checking.
My staff's at like full charge, so
When we
So-
get to the plane of air, I'll pull out my map and I'll show Carrick Butcher Bay. It's just like, this is where you want to aim for, because you do not really want to land on the rest of the island. It is not great.
I don't really aim. I just say the name of where I'm going, and we appear
Okay.
sort of within that
What-
area.
Well, that could be really interesting and bad. So,
That's the only. I can't teleport there. I've never been there. I haven't really seen it.
sure,
I
it's
could-
a shame we don't really have like a boat that we could like sit on and plane shift with the boat, because then at least we could aim for the water and approach that way.
Oh, that's true.
But we don't have a
Um,
boat.
I mean,
So-
if we want to, well, I don't think I can. I don't think I can plane shift us.
No, we should probably
With
just
the
aim
boat.
for. You wouldn't know. You've not been there.
Not-
Roll of the
yeah.
dice. I see. I appreciate the irony of saying that when we're playing D&D. That's a little on the nose. Unintentional.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if we wanted to spend the night, I could, make us a bunch of like life vests or something.
No, I'm sure it will be fine. We'll be holding hands anyway, so if we land in the water, we'll just make sure John and Amy don't sink.
That's true, and I can always turn someone into,
Just
like a
put
whale or something.
just put Joron onto Mizuchi, because Mizuchi can swim.
Oh, there you go.
It's just more if we land in the water, John, your armor is heavy.
Oh, not that heavy. It's okay.
Not for you to carry, but it still weighs a lot.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, if you want a specific name, do you want a specific name of a place in Butcher Bay? Would that help allocate things?
I don't think
Or
it's
just
that
Butcher Bay?
specific. It's you can name like a place and you appear around it somewhere. I
Okay.
think naming like a building in it isn't really going to help narrow it down too much.
Just trying to understand
I
how it
mean,
works.
you can tell me one and we can give it a go.
Let's just give Butcher Bay a shot.
Well, I mean, there's no reason not to say a more specific place. I mean, if it works the same as Butcher Bay, then no difference. And if it works better, then it's better. So,
Okay.
Okay. Mike, I'm scouring my computer. What was the name of the tavern again? I'm scouring it, trying to find the
It's called the Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest. Okay.
I cast Disguise Self on. And I look like the piratest pirate that has ever pirated.
So like a costume pirate.
Yes.
Tom, what's the DC on your spells?
Oh, no.
It's just above the spell list.
20.
Hilariously enough, my passive investigation means I see right through Juron's disguised self without trying. Because my passive investigation is 27. So I just look at Juron and all I can see is the armor underneath, and I'm there just like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, my passive investigation is the 29.
Yeah, mine's a 20.
yours is a 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's good, is the thing.
Ah.
Let's go. He
Why do I
wouldn't
even
listen
do
to
anything
us.
else?
Don't worry, you're
Yes.
disguised to Bernard. Bernard the Cruise.
Bernard and Amy are just like, choice.
So since Bernard spends all his time sitting on top of people's shoulders, is he going to polymorph into a parrot and sit on Jorah's shoulder?
Yes.
Nice.
Bernard's just going to polymorph himself now. Somebody
Somehow.
polymorph our badger.
Okay, so yeah. Well, if we're not spending the night, there's no reason to go to the plane of air. So,
We can go straight there. What, teleport?
no, because that has a mischance. I'm gonna plane shift us to one of my demi planes, the one where I threw all the prisoners in and they turned into coins, because that one's just empty, so there's no danger for us there. And then
We're not
plane
going to
shift
turn
us-
to coins in there, are we?
No, that's because Juron threw a magical coin in there that they turned into coins. But it's fun to remind you. But yeah.
So yeah, I'll just plane shift us to that demi plane with the staff, and then plane shift us to the crow's nest in Ferro Pax.
Okay. I have updated the map and given you a marker so you can move around.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh, that's us. Is it that eyeball?
Yeah. Well, I can't.
I
move
can't
it.
move it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
You
either.
should be able to do it now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There we go. Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So do we land in the crow's nest?
You actually land in the veranda outside of the crow's nest. It looks a lot like a beer garden. So you immediately, as you touch down in Ferro Pax, feel the fresh salt sea air, and there is a din of pirate shanties on the air about you. There's a hustle and bustle of people moving fore and twain between the buildings, and the general feel of camaraderie. It looks as though somebody is actually in the process right now of constructing a new ship at the shipwrights up the road. So it's something of a thing to behold when the Brethren Court decides to commission a new boat. So lots of people are standing idly by and watching as they build. The Crow's Nest is a 3-story building. The bottom floor is open air and opens up to a large tavern and ale house. The second floor and third floor serve as an inn. And they have a large sign posted on the front of the front post of the tavern that says that all weapons must be checked at the bar. Of course, it has multiple stab and gunshot wounds through it.
Very good.
Are we going?
We need to find Tempest.
Yeah, you guys lead the way. I've never been here, so
Let's go.
Okay.
I started limping because one of my legs is a peg leg.
Okay.
Is there some place for me to leave my guard drake here, like tied up, or?
Yeah, actually, so you can take it over to the stables beside the inn, and they have stable hands there that will house him.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. It is traditionally for anything that's being stabled here, it costs 1 silver piece. However, because the guard drake is both fearsome and large, they ask for a gold.
I will give them 10 gold.
And when you go into your coin purse, you find 2 platinum pieces that weren't there before.
Ooh.
Where'd these come from?
Kiri whistles nonchalantly.
So, with the guard drake stabled, are you heading inside of the tavern?
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take my normal
Oh.
post on top of Joran's shoulders.
Just
Okay.
pretend to be a parrot.
Just pretend to be a Kenku and repeat everything. So as you enter in, the tavern is not especially busy. There's a table with about 4 sailors that are all playing cards. Over in one corner, there's the house band that appears to be in the midst of a rehearsal before tonight's festivities. There's a large older woman through a set of double doors in the kitchen. And then there is a younger, fair-skinned woman with long raven hair standing behind the bar, polishing glasses.
I go
Is
to
that Giselle?
That's Giselle.
What time of day is it?
It is now the mid-afternoon. Yes.
I go immediately to the bar.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Hello, matey. Here-
Hello, matey.
I immediately come up behind them both and just like hand over each of their mouths. Just I will fly up. I will like flap up a couple of and just like hand over one, hand over the other, and just look at Tasha like me.
Can I walk up to the bar,
I
please?
open their fingers like this.
You can try.
I'm here to check my weapons.
I'll move it round so it's more like my forearm blocking his mouth.
Okay, so at this point, I would like Curiosity to make a sleight of hand versus Joran's dexterity save.
Why dicks?
You're trying to wriggle out the way. It's like acrobatics.
If you want to make a strength save, you can do it, but it's going to result in Curiosity breaking a finger, probably.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing.
And that's not Joran's way of doing things.
Okay.
Oh God, that laugh! It's either really good
You
or
go
really
first.
bad.
You go first, please.
11.
That would be a 40.
Yeah, so try as you might, you cannot move the hand.
Just look at them.
Unless you were
Just
going-
look at them.
Unless you are going to try and make an actual physical exertion to pull them off of your face. If you're just trying to casually be like, no, I don't like that, it's not going to happen.
Start putting down weapons on the bar.
Oh.
Okay. Awesome. So did you say you were heading up to the bar, Tasha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Release my hands.
Giselle stops polishing her glass and drops it.
Hey, hey.
I didn't know that you'd be back here anytime soon.
Oh, I'm always coming back. Didn't you realize that yet?
I thought that we'd be rid of you, but now.
Sweetheart, you're never going to be rid of me.
All right, but well, you know, he's a little occupied lately. I've been very involved with him lately, and I think that you
good.
need
Oh,
to stand
good.
back just a bit.
Oh, that's great and all, but now that I'm here, you can go back to your work, however little that might be.
Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. Do I notice anyone that I might know in the tavern? Aside from
What's your
Giselle.
passive perception? Or are
20.
you gonna try to roll for it?
I can roll
20
for it if you want me to.
20's high enough that you should be able to take a quick look around. Yeah, so you look about the bar, and there are a couple of people that stand out to you, but they're not like people that you know. They're just people you've probably run into from time to time. But you do find that through the back section of the inn, out hunched over behind the stables, sitting on what looks to be a stack of ale barrels, is a really large albino minotaur that is very slowly writing things on a large parchment list with what look to be wax crayons.
Oh, time to go talk to someone a little smarter. And I'm gonna walk away from Giselle and head over to Manitou.
I don't really know her. Can I have a different glass, please?
What do you have, love?
Do you have water?
I'll get you sorted.
Thank you. Are those
She turns-
weapons? Are those? Okay.
She turns back around and bends over at the waist, rummaging around underneath a shelf, and comes out with a large clear glass bottle filled with clear liquid and a cork stopper in the top. She sets it down on top of the bar and says, "That'll be a gold."
Quite expensive water, but sure. I give her a gold.
Okay.
Do I know her? My.
Giselle?
Because I don't think I've been.
Make a history check.
Sure. I think I visited like once during the sort of 7 years
between.
but it's been a little while. Nope. If I've met her, I don't remember her. That's a 7.
Yeah, so Giselle, let's see. You remember the 7-year gap in your backstory?
Yeah.
Somewhere around the second year of that, she had just turned 18. So when you were there, she was probably much younger and was not serving at the bar.
Okay. So I might recognize her vaguely, but
Not really.
Yeah, like she might have been one of the little ones that was running around taking glasses from tables and coins and whatnot.
Does she recognize me? Because I'm basically next to Joran at the bar.
The look on her face says no.
Okay. Probably a pleasant change of pace. No worries. Thank you.
I anchor cork it.
Okay.
How does it smell?
It smells like fresh water. It actually smells like ice water. Like, you know how there's just that slight difference? Yeah, when it hits your belly, it is almost euphoric. The feeling is this extreme, bitter ice cold that spreads out through your stomach and all through your torso. And you can feel it all the way rush up across your face, and then immediately goes warm. And then you can feel it trickle down into your toes.
I cork it again. Ooh, thank you very much.
Joran, I'm gonna need a glass of that. I
Sorry?
need a glass of that, Joran. I need a glass of that.
Ooh.
Pour me a glass of that.
Can I ask for a glass? Right here.
She takes out 2 wooden tankards and sets them on the bar.
Thank you very much. Are those weapons okay?
I'll see to them.
Thank you. Bye. And I take the stuff and go over to a table and pour a little bit for Bernard.
I'll walk
I'll
up
walk
to the
up
bar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, walk up to the bar. I'm just gonna. So could I get like a bottle of wine?
Red, white, or blue.
You know, I probably shouldn't take blue, but my curiosity is getting the better of me here. So
What do you
yeah,
want
let's
me to
go
do?
blue.
What?
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Talking about blue wine.
Once you've
you
had
know what?
blue, you'll never go back.
Don't tell me why it's blue. I just want to go into this blind. It sounds fun.
Oh, you'll
Okay.
be blind.
Ha!
Oh my.
She passes you the bottle. That'll be 5 gold.
Oh yeah, sure. Plop. I'll do
Go
6
slow.
gold.
Go slow, Eric.
Whatever you do, don't try and run any races after you drink that.
Like after I drink, how much? Like a glass, the whole bottle.
Oh, do you only drink by the glass? I'm not really used to that around here.
I mean, yeah, standard pour.
No, Carrick,
What do you-
no. No.
I mean,
You've bought the bottle now. Just have as much or as little as you want.
This is the ghetto part of the world.
all right. Just take the bottle and go sit with John and Bernard.
I'll just order an ale.
Carrick,
Something dark.
I'm gonna need some of that wine too.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I love him.
I'll pull 2 crystal wine glasses out of my bag of holding.
Oh my god.
Fuck, I should have charged you 10 gold.
Oh yeah, you definitely should have. You read the room real poor on that one. Take a sip of the wine.
Are you just drinking today, or are you needing food as well?
We'll be getting more stuff elsewhere, you guys. We shouldn't just put all our eggs in one filthy basket.
I mean,
Did you
I'm
hear that?
I'm
It sounded like
hoping-
a garbage scow coming in.
And stop talking.
Okay, so we're not staying here very long, right? We're just here to kind of stop over for a minute.
Yeah. For a little longer than a minute, but yeah.
If
Okay.
you're hungry, get food. We're not going to be here days and days. If you want a meal, have a meal.
I mean, if we're gonna be gone in like an hour, we're gonna be in Cormator, so
It's going to be more than an hour.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit longer than that. We're not in an immediate rush. In a rush, but not an immediate one like with the tower and all that stuff. And I could use some time here.
okay.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important, Carrick.
Yeah, I know, that's why we're here. So let's get to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head over to Manitou while everyone's doing their stuff.
Okay, so you walk over, and he is twice as large as life. He's about 8.5 feet tall. He is wearing what looks to be a very large, about half of a sheet of sail that has been clipped together with some animal pelts and the remnants of the biggest set of boots that they could find on his feet, but they're missing the toes. He's got a large sheet of parchment and like I said, a set of wax crayons that are sitting on his lap, and he has got one long, lolling tongue sticking out of his mouth, like as he's trying to draw what he's drawing.
I love this child. Well, hey there.
Because he doesn't see you coming.
Yeah, I say, well, hey there.
Tom,
See which, but that works too.
You come back?
Yeah. Obvious. Why do people keep asking me that? Yeah, I'm back.
Did you come for a captain?
Partly, yeah. Where is he?
With the stars.
Okay. Good to know. How you been doing, tough guy? You still using those waxes, huh?
I try with words for peoples.
People.
Right. I here. And he hands you the parchment. And it looks like it is a drawing of the sacking of Amalar. But it's drawn by a 4-year-old.
Of course. I mean, it's this Minotaur is like a 4-year-old. I'd expect it.
You like it?
It's perfect. It's just like how I saw it.
Saw you? No, you weren't. There.
I was far away, but I saw it.
You're a funny one.
Yeah, that's me. The Sea Witch, the comedian. Great. I'm gonna go find the captain. But you keep doing this.
Yeah. Don't. No, they told me something. Don't tell him where the captain is. Oh gosh. I shouldn't have told you that.
Come on, it's me. Captain trusts me. You trust me.
I do.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, just
don't tell anyone else.
Don't tell Poe.
Oh, I will not. That will not come from me. I promise you. I do not want that right now.
It's good to see you again. He wraps his 2 big arms around you and hurls you up into a giant.
Yep.
You can smell leftover gravy on his chest hair.
You're too big, guy.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And then he puts you down.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. We'll do. Just keep drawing. This was good. I hand it over the paper while I'm trying to catch my breath. I will go now.
Okay. Bye, Warwich.
See, bye. I go back to the group.
Everything okay?
Yeah. I know where he is, but I think he doesn't want anyone to know that, so we might have to be a little secretive when we get there.
So 2 questions.
Hmm.
1, why wouldn't he want us to know that? And
No idea.
2, do you really think we can be secretive?
Yes.
Yes.
Bernard, so what would you like to eat? He's my parrot.
Perhaps we leave
Bernard parrot?
Bernard and
But Bernard
Joron
is still
here.
just the regular looking Bernard, just sitting on your
Ah, I
shoulder.
thought you were a parrot. Okay. He's not a parrot.
Carrick, do you want to stay here with Joron and Bernard?
I'm not staying here.
I'm not sure if splitting up when people don't necessarily want us here is a good idea.
Did you say he does not want us here, or he does not want anyone to find him, Tosha?
I think it's the latter.
Right.
Well, we are not anyone. Or someone.
No. But if he does not want anyone to find him, or he doesn't want to see people, then we can't let
Familiar
it be
faces
seen.
might be better.
Also, we can't let it be seen that we are going.
You cut out. Or is it me? Can you guys hear me? What's happening? Yeah, I cannot hear anyone. Fucking shit.
Howdy.
I gotta
Hello.
get different.
Mike, we literally
Hi.
can hear like sounds from your computer. I think your mic is somehow picking up everything from your computer. It's not like maybe going out of it, but it's from the inside coming in. Like it's I don't know.
Is your microphone accidentally set to speaker settings as well? Because that I had an old microphone that used to emit sound as well, which was really weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can.
Awesome.
You're good. Everyone can hear everybody? Let's continue.
Yeah.
Yes. Should I can go invisible. Should I maybe go see if that's the case and then come back, or should we go, or should we all just?
I mean, between us, how many people can we make us all invisible? I mean, there are people here who probably have a means to see through that, but speaking of which, I pull out from my pocket my little ether glass sunglasses, put them on. Just glance around us.
Is that any better?
Yep.
Hey, can hear you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Is it still like crazy sensitive though?
No, it's
Okay.
good.
All right. Great. So are you splitting up then with the idea? Or are you all going together?
We're trying to decide what to do.
Curiosity had put on the ether glasses
Yeah.
and is looking around to see if they can spot anything.
Looking around the tavern, you do see something.
Oh.
There is a completely invisible pulley system that is hanging above a large grandfather clock on the far left-hand side beside the bar. There is a similar setup that is to the right of the bar in the far back corner next to the kitchen that heads into a broom closet.
Is that kind of mechanism as any kind of mechanical trap or something like that?
It wouldn't necessarily look like a trap to you. It looks like whatever it is it's almost like an elevator.
Okay. Why make it invisible though?
Nice shades curiosity.
Thank you. Carrick made them for me.
Are those? Is that the fancy?
I hand them over just so she can have a look through them.
Yeah,
And
I quickly take a look.
I casually point to the pulley system. Do you know about that?
Yeah,
What
I
is
hand
it?
the glasses over.
What is it?
We might need to use it. It's a passageway,
I knew it.
but not one that should be known or used lightly. Which is why I'm thinking maybe it should just be you and me.
I
We
mean,
could all go, but it's not.
Splitting up is dangerous, but I think between us we can. And I make sure to keep my voice low. We could. Do we have enough between us to make everyone invisible?
It's not just the invisibility, it's where it leads. I can't bring just anyone there.
so where does it lead?
Directly up.
Somewhere I
directly
can't take
down?
people.
Yeah, no, I mean, unless I have a reason not to come, I think we should all go. Because if we bring danger there, we can stop whatever danger it is.
You.
Is he somewhere in this building? That he is somewhere where they can take them. And they sort of again gesture towards the pulley system. I just ask because.
But
Okay.
the reason why I want this to be quiet is because not only is it a place that I don't think I have the right to bring random people to, no offense, but it's true, but also if anything were to happen, if we were to leave behind any sort of trail, I can't be the reason why they would follow.
I think if Tasha wants to go alone, that I can keep an eye on Joran here.
Okay, so while they're doing that, what are we doing then?
Actually, I have some questions that might be answered in this town, potentially.
Oh, hey, we could do that. Sure.
Around asking
You're muted.
questions.
Oh, never mind.
If you're going to go around asking questions, have a story between you about where you came from. Maybe don't mention names
I mean, why not?
You're cutting out.
Fucking bullshit. Hate Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. My mic is now like right close to my face.
Now we can hear you.
Go figure. It's literally a Zoom audio thing. My apologies to anyone watching in the stream as well. Look, I do not want, if there is this much concern about accountability and trails, then maybe you do not see why you are here. Other than finding answers, Bernard has questions. That is why you're in Ferro Pax. Okay.
Sounds good to me. But to answer your question, Carrick, my parents came from the grinding sea, and I feel like if they made their way to the Amari Isles, that they might have stopped through here in the past.
That makes sense. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. So, doing that.
Jaron, if you see anybody you recognize from the last time you were here, pretend you don't know who they are.
Sure.
Hey.
What?
I don't want you getting into trouble.
You know, here's the thing. Maybe it's a destructive impulse, but it's an island of pirates. I kind of want to get into trouble.
Oh, for the fucking Lord. Okay. You know what? You three go have fucking fun, okay? Please don't
now
burn
we
down
can
this
have
fucking
fun.
island.
Great. I stand up, go over to the bar, and ask for the weapons.
Oh yeah, I like where this is going. You guys have fun.
Yeah, while Jaron is off making noise and stomping as a very large furbolg in plate armor, albeit hidden with a disguised self, I'll look to Tosh and be like, let's go.
So real quick, before you guys leave, are there any like evil pirates you guys know of?
Oh, that is a loaded question.
Carrick,
like someone that if they got eaten by like a whale, the world's not gonna miss them.
Don't
Here's a little piece of advice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trust anyone. Don't harm anyone.
No.
You'll be fine.
No, I don't think you understand. This is a island of pirates. All right.
I very much know that.
I've never been to one before. I've read a lot of books about this stuff, and I think that there could be some fun kind of adventures to be had here. So,
we're gonna commandeer a ship.
Please don't, for the love.
Okay, Mike. Given the check that I made, do I know what on site the Red Macaw and the other two that are still here look like?
Senegal, Madrigal, and
Villagio?
Villagio.
Yeah, do I know what they look like?
Yes.
Okay, I give a quick description of those to Carrick. He's just like, do not start shit with those.
Okay. But anyone else?
Look, I can't tell you what not to do. I can advise you the best course of action. Don't start shit with those. Okay? Please.
Please.
You do not want the wrong people after you.
Because they're like nice people who don't deserve any wrath that might be rained down upon them by an all-powerful wizard.
No, because you're nice people.
Because you do not want to upset the political structure of a place you do not understand.
But that's kind of my point, is I'm not sure I care about the political structure of a pirate island.
There, Carrick, please.
You might not care, but we do. And we need to get out of here without issue. We can't cause a problem so big that we can't come back, especially not me. And I
What if
can't
no
be
one?
associated with this.
What if no one knows that I turned that ship into a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Is all I'm saying.
They will know. This is a
Hey.
small place.
Carrick, David, how do you carry the staff of the Magi? Is it just like on your back?
Just carry it around. Use it as a walking staff.
Okay. Do not make me take your fucking stick from you.
I mean, that wouldn't stop me from turning a ship into a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but all right.
No, but it's more about making a point.
Do I have my weapons back?
Yes, they pass you a basket that has your weaponry in it. There's also something else at the bottom of it.
That.
There is what? There is a small sword. It's about half the size of a short sword, somewhere between a short sword and a dagger. That is in a brown leather sheath that has a curved crossguard that looks like it's made out of blue steel, and the pommel of it is wrapped in is made of whalebone, wrapped in shark skin.
The owner, I know our clothes.
That's your bin, bud.
How much do you want for it?
We don't sell weapons.
Okay.
We check them and we give them back.
Well,
Do I overhear this?
this looks like it's been sitting here for quite a while. Hasn't it?
I can't say. There's a lot of things that come in and out of here.
Well, in that case,
I'm gonna grab Tasha and we're gonna leave while this conversation is happening.
Actually, that's good. While she's distracted.
I take out 700 gold. Put it on the table.
You know,
She's not worth this.
I think I know the guy who owns this. Mind if I help him get it back? He's on a vacation right now. He won't be coming back for quite a while.
She leans over the bar top and places a finger against your lips. Honey, for 700 gold pieces, you can take more than the sword.
You have something else too?
Bernard's just gonna facepalm, like, at this point.
just gonna kind of do that, like, mouth is moving but no noise.
Yeah.
My
You know what?
next
I think
my next break is just before the dinner rush. So if you want to come back by, I can give you a piece of my peach pie.
Bernard is just gonna lean in and whisper to Joran. She's talking about mating rituals.
I take the sword, I turn around and walk away. I am very flattered, but... And as I say but, the whole way, I'm just stepping back and get out of the establishment.
As he's backing up, is Bernard on his shoulders going beep, beep, beep.
Yes, yes.
As you exit, she winks at you and blows you a kiss, and then scoops 700 gold pieces into a pouch underneath the bar.
In the meantime, could we have snuck into the passageway, Mike?
Yeah. So go ahead and make a stealth check, both of you,
I just rolled
with advantage. Let's call it advantage.
Perfect.
So nat 1 then. Perfect. So what you got?
22. I rolled a 19.
37.
Fuck.
so. I see Tasha go, but
Yeah, Giselle does not notice you at all. And you said you got a 22?
Yes.
Yeah, no, you go in and you are reasonably sure that no one noticed you do it.
Nobody fucking saw me.
Okay.
I am the wind. Thanks, John Cena.
I'm over in Eberron right now. That's how stealthed I am.
Ooh, stealthed right into the Candlebreakers world. We've already established they're somehow side story to each other.
Yeah, I'm now following the Candlebreakers party. This is how I stealthed in by accident.
Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with you guys. The fighting mongooses.
The boys.
So as you make it out of the tavern and into the square, you are now in. Go ahead.
You guys are Team JCB. Sorry, I don't know if you have JCBs in the States, but whether you call them that, but they make diggers and stuff here, like earth movers and stuff like that. They're like a really brand.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I've never seen that here.
Yeah, our equivalent would be like Wildcat or something like that.
Or John Deere.
Yeah. Less factory, but yes.
Yeah, so you make it out into the square. As I had said, so if you're looking at the map, to the west, they have a ship raising. They're in the middle of constructing a ship. To the east, you're facing off into the open sea over a massive drop down into the ocean. There is a tailor, a cooper, a woodworker, a blacksmith, and a potion seller, as well as a ship a shop that specifically is all just for sending mail. It's almost like a post office. Now, this is only a portion of the island. This is just where you decided to pop into. By doing a little bit of inquiry, you should be able to find that to the south, there is a massive bazaar that it takes place year-round that has people that come and go regularly, so you'll find goods from all over the world there. To the north west, there is a large sort of resting ground. Like there's cabins and tents and some old like housing and things like that for sailors and shipwrights and things like that that stay here temporarily at port. But beyond that, over to the east, there are several sets of uncharted ruins that hold all sorts of unknown goodies. But they are beyond dangerous, and captivating as the idea of treasure may be, pirates know better than to go where they're not welcome. Yes.
Do I remember this town a little bit at least?
Yes, actually, so where you freed the Cormator nobles from, you're looking at, they were right in here.
Wait. Where? Oh, there. Okay. Looks like a citadel or something.
Yeah, it's an old keep.
Okay.
So yeah, John, you've been here before. Where's like a good, since we're not supposed to like mess up the political dynamics of this place, is there like a good place we can get into a scrap kind of thing?
I like that idea.
Yeah, I think like as many pirates as want to fight the three of us could just be like a fun.
Yeah, I know any place like that.
Let's inquire about my family first, and then
Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot you wanted to do something else. I was getting so excited.
Okay.
and then we can scrap as much as we want.
Mike, do I know of any place that could be for a scrap?
You do know that the tunnels down here are known for the people that come to Ferro Pax that are wanted even by the pirates.
Oh.
So they tend to camp out in these caverns, which are they go long and deep, and they're very hard to find your way around. It's very dark. There's no known maps of the area, and the people that go down in there seem to have their own way of doing things. So if you want to fight some actual criminals, that's a good place to go. If you're looking to have yourself a more good-natured brawl, you probably want to head over to the camp in the foothills down here, because this right here is where all of the sailors that come in from the sea would be camped out, trying to make themselves at home until they were setting sail again.
I convey that to the.
Okay.
Well, they're both kind of close to that bazaar down there, so we could, stop by the bazaar, get some information, maybe some goodies, and then go to either one of those two places for a scrap.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So I just thought of another thing we could do. Now this would be blatantly ignoring the advice we had of not causing political upheaval here, but we could like go over to the plein air for like 15 minutes, right, you guys? I could turn us all into angels, and then we could come down and like judge this place, and just be like, "You are judged for your sins."
Sounds fun, but not really.
They wouldn't see it coming. How great would it be? We just pick a god and be like, "You have upset this god." It would never come back on us. We would just completely make this town be like, "Oh shit, we better worship this god from now
on." First of all, that could turn out really bad. Second of all, I don't like that idea. Third of all, since Tosha and Curiosity seem to always call the shots, and like we always have to listen to them, and we cannot do anything that's what they do not like, we probably should.
That's not at all. You don't have to do what they say.
Sure.
Okay. That seems like you got a little built up resentment here. So I think maybe we do what we want this time around. So if this is something you want to do, well, you said you don't want to do it. So what do you want to do? Well, first off, no. First, we got to find Bernard's. I'm sorry. I'm so excited about doing something fun. Let's do the Bernard thing first. Then while we're doing that, Drawn, you think about what you want to do. Sky's the limit. You want to turn into dragons and just steal all the treasure in this place. That's cool.
What is a dragon?
John, we lived with dragons for like a year. Why do you keep saying what are dragons?
What is a dragon? I've never seen a dragon. What is it?
We literally fought like dragon like 2 days ago.
I'll just point to Beery that's on my shoulder, like a big one of Beery.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew there were like big ones of that.
What?
But
Sure.
beer is so cute. How could a big one be? Wanna sing and
Are you
How do you?
being serious right now? Like what?
yeah.
All right.
What happened that this is going on?
So I'm going to go ahead and cut over to the other side while you, in disbelief, question Jorah for 30 minutes about dragons.
Can these two suddenly have an urge to be like, hey, we need to go school our party real quick? Let's ignore this. Oh my god, I'm about to have a heart attack.
You know
You're
what
gonna
I
give me
won't
a heart
do?
attack.
I won't give you the insight to just walk back out and smack somebody, but I will give you that the moment that the door closes and you can no longer see them, you immediately dread what you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
With my fun new dark vision, I'm gonna move ahead, and like with curiosity, I'm not gonna like ditch them.
Okay.
Curiosity, and I will just.
So yes, if you head into the closet, the thing is it's essentially a broom closet. There's mops and brooms and buckets and things like that, cleaning supplies and whatnot. But when you get to the back of the closet, there is an old bottle that looks like it's covered in the most disgusting mold you've ever seen. That once you pull it fast enough, it dislodges a switch in the wall, and the wall slides to the side.
Cool. After you.
Sure. I mean, you know where we're going, but
The moment that you are within the tunnel, the door closes behind you, and you are completely surrounded by darkness. In all directions, it is pitch black.
Cool.
If you look up, you can see the faint glimmering of some sort of gemstone that is lodged in the walls and in the ceiling that just very, very slightly shimmers as you move along through the tunnel.
I know that Tasha now has super magic dark vision. What's it like for me with regular dark vision?
You can see the tunnel.
Okay.
You can see it's where you're at right now is not magically dark. It is just dark.
Okay, no problem.
However, you travel along in the darkness of this area for maybe about 20 minutes until you come to a fork. Your passive perceptions, both of yours, are high enough that you won't have to make a roll on this. The pathway to your left continues on in darkness. The pathway to your right does the same. However, if you wait for just a moment and look very carefully, you can see the glimmering of the same kind of gemstone in the ceiling of the right path.
Okay.
I mean, I know which way to go to get to the wanted destination, so I just keep going that way.
Mm-hmm. No, I have found it. In fact, you start to notice that as each corridor opens up and you find more and more sort of cruxes in the hallway, cross paths and whatnot, that Tasha continuously takes the path with the gemstones lining the ceiling. Until it opens up into a larger room where you can see there's so many of them above you, they actually look like stars.
The way these gems mark the way, is it like the tunnels under Amalot, like a similar kind of system? Not the exact same method, but like it's not like a way of following it for the people that know.
Mm.
Okay. Just curious.
No. It's fine. But no, this is different. Only in the sense that these are naturally occurring gemstones that aren't magically created or anything like that.
Gotcha.
They're just naturally phosphorescent.
Okay. Thank you.
But the light that they give off is so slight that if you're moving at a normal clip, you wouldn't even see them.
Gotcha.
But yes, you open up into a much larger room that it almost takes your breath away. The shimmering light from above you, as though you were standing in the empty darkness of the night, surrounded by stars. From this room, it's so black that without dark vision, you wouldn't be able to see the tunnels. You'd just be here in the night. And you now get to witness something that very few do, as you are surrounded by the Court of Stars. Taking a moment, you find the northernmost path, and you whistle that very simple tune that you learned so many years ago now.
Yep.
Until you find the false rock that unlocks the door into Tempest's house.
Yeah, I make my way in there. Kind of proud that I remember it after almost a year, even though it has been years. But yeah, I go in, lead curiosity in as well. But I'm quiet about it. I want to hear what's going on inside, if there's noise, if there's any kind of like speech or ruckus or shuffling.
With us around, there's always a ruckus.
I had the exact same thought. I'm glad you said it.
Anyway, so as you head within, you're now in a large central room that has a kitchen to the right and a fireplace and a few chairs to the left. There are piles of bloody bandages, and there's tattered clothing. There's a stack of bloody weapons that are all just sort of cast pell-mell in various different directions, that are only in the very most basic of ways organized. There is a side bedroom to the right next to the kitchen, and then another bedroom adjacent to this door all the way across the main room. Both doors are shut. You do not see anyone in this room, though.
Okay.
Do I see anything of note with the ether glasses on?
You do see that between the far wall and the kitchen wall, where they would normally meet, there's actually an illusion there that makes it look like it's a solid rock face, when in fact it's another tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta have a panic room. Our way out. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a perception check? Like, just to get an idea of what I can hear, like, move up to the closest door and listen.
The closest door to you would be the one that's next to the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
It's cacked. 32.
You move up and put an ear to the door and listen carefully. And the first thing you hear is the sound of somebody mumbling. It sounds like very melodic, very sort of a deep voice. The tone is very sing-song. You can't really make out exactly what's being said.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hear the stifled giggling of children.
Okay. I sort of smile a little and sort of step back from the door, and I'll use message to say to Tasha, there's children in there.
Tasha will walk up to the door, knock gently, and open it.
So in this room, there's a small table, chair, a couple of cushions that have been made out of tied together linens that have sort of been made plush for the children to lay on. There's one bed in here that's about the size of a twin bed, and there's somebody laying there underneath the blanket, and then sitting in the chair holding what appears to be some sort of a children's book is Hux. The two girls are sitting on their knees on the cushions, giddily eating up this story that he's telling them about how pirates once used to rule all the seas, and now they run like fevered dogs trying to take up what's left of it.
Is somebody talking about pirates?
The girls scream and run and tackle you to the ground.
Tasha just sort of goes, ah, and groans and pretends to have been won over by the massive force of two little girls.
They're a little older than the last time you remember now. So they are now 10 and 14.
Oh my god. Oh, they're so big.
Yep.
While this is going on, I'm just going to sort of like step back, and I'll just sort of go over towards the fireplace where the chairs are, and just sort of like sit.
Curie.
I turn to the voice that's just said something to me.
Down on the ground, sitting in front of one of the chairs, wearing nothing but a pair of tattered breeches, covered in several new fresh cuts, is Tempest.
But I have seen him as I approached the area to sit down, I'm guessing. I fucking hate this guy. Looking down at him, I'll just go, you look like shit, Tempest. And I will literally sort of like, fuck it, I'll like throw myself onto him and hug him.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, baby.
You know, it's hard to recover when people keep wounding you.
As I hug him, for the first time, I cast Cure Wounds at level 2.
Oh.
For 14 points.
Wow.
Well, that's all of his hit points where the damage left that he had to heal. So, so you see miraculously as the cuts across his body begin to seamlessly come together and seal, leaving no scar unturned.
Cool.
Well, that's new.
It's been a while.
You've picked up all sorts of tricks since the last time we've seen each other.
Oh, that's true. I'd ask how have you been, but and I gesture to sort of the new scars that haven't healed and the piles of bloody bandages. I've heard you've been busy.
That was, yes, something came up, needed my attention.
Isn't that always the way?
I have to keep it quiet, though.
Mm.
They've got me on kind of a tight leash these days. I'm not really supposed to take the ship out unless it's on an approved voyage. And trying to play hero, it's not exactly approved on a daily basis.
No. Told you. It's why I left the piratical life, you know. Too constricting.
I will tell you what's constricting. These trousers. Please, let me change. He hoists himself up and makes his way towards the bedroom.
Sure. What, the one at the end that was closed?
On the far wall.
Yeah, I'm going to follow him, not with the intention of wanting to see him with his trousers off. I want to make that point very clear to everybody. That has never happened. That will never happen. There is no interest in that happening. No. More just like, you are a squirrely bastard and I am not actually going to let you out of my sight until we're done talking kind of a vibe. I also lived with the dude for like a year in very close quarters, so I've fucking seen it. I'm not bothered.
So as he disrobes and goes and pulls new clothing out of his bureau, you notice that this room is not alone. In his bed, there's another person that is wrapped from head to foot in fresh bandages that appear to have been pretty well bloodied.
Okay, so there was a person in the bed in the room that Tasha went into, and this is somebody different. And this is completely face covered type bandages.
The eyes are open, or the eyes are uncovered, but everything else, yeah, it's covered. So, I can't imagine that you're here for me.
Well, but we came here because Tasha had a dream and knew what you did. So.
Well, Tasha has dreams sometimes. Can't be in control of all of them.
No,
So I'm happy to star in a few.
I do not want to know. Just no. I have questions, and
There was one with a giant seahorse.
I really don't want to know.
I think you're fine.
Tempest, no. I have questions, and we seek passage and advice for it. We may find our own passage, but the place we have to go, you could advise.
And where exactly is that?
We plan to head to the Maelstrom.
The cocky and fun demeanor that is sort of part and parcel with this squirrely tiefling pirate almost immediately falls away. What takes you to the Maelstrom?
We desire an audience. We desire an audience.
An audience with who? 1,000 wrecked ships?
With they who live there on the other side.
You are a fun one. You don't really want what you think you want.
You're not
this isn't something that somebody just wakes up and does. You don't just go off into the heart of the worst storm that's ever been created and hope to find your way to the bottom. without what? A way out, I'm certain. But what more?
We seek divine assistance. This is not something we do lightly. Tempest, you have laughed at me quite enough in my life, and I understand why. You see me as my parents' child. So,
That's not how I see you.
oh,
No, you judge me too quickly. No, when I look at you, I see a much younger me.
you
Oh,
know,
you can scoff. You can scoff.
no, that is not why I laugh. My father said the same thing not very long ago.
I don't think that you really understand what you're asking is the problem. And I don't mean that in a way that you are incapable of understanding. I think that you're repeating something that someone else said without really knowing the gravity of it. And I don't want you to go along without being properly informed.
Why
So
do you
you-
think I wanted to talk to you?
You want information? I have information. Let's start there.
Okay.
The Maelstrom is the worst storm that ever was, or ever will be. It has no beginning and no end, sucks in every ship that passes through. The only captain that's ever been able to sail within it and get out alive, he's been missing now for almost 2 years. Worse still, let's say you don't have to worry about the weather. Let's say you have that under control. What you have to look forward to next is a bunch of very, very angry guardians guarding a temple that was not meant to be tread by mortals. Now, these things are nigh invulnerable, impossible to comprehend, take the shape and form of whatever they see fit as they do. And worse still, they have no known weakness. But I'll give you that you're a crafty one. You always have been. So let's say if you are able to pass by these horrific things that go bump in the night, well, then you just have to deal with an audience with an upset god that has taken you into their own home without their want. And God forbid you actually meet her. Him. Them. All of them. God.
All of them? I knew of 2. Is there a third?
Galaxia is the god of the sea and sky. And just as every current takes you a different place, Galaxia is of many minds. And that is one to be afraid of. But there's just a much larger problem, though.
Oh,
Say you get to sit down with them. What do you expect to say that won't just get you immediately eviscerated? Gods have a tendency to not be very cool under pressure.
I don't know yet. I have a journey worth of time to think about it. And I will not be the only one talking. I have friends wiser than me, smarter than me.
I have no doubt of that.
I don't know this Galaxia. I do not know any of their minds. All I can ever do is speak honestly, and I feel that I hope that they are invested in the ongoing world. And that is what we are trying to save.
Have a drink with me, and let me show you something. He pulls out a bottle from the top drawer with 2 glasses.
Okay.
He pours a very, very dark liquid into both glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Bottoms up. He swallows it whole.
Oh,
Sets it down.
I'll follow his lead.
Make a Constitution save for me.
Yeah, I thought that might be the thing you would then ask me to do, funnily enough.
You thought so, eh?
Oh, not good. That's a total of 8. Big 8.
Okay. Immediately upon setting the glass down, the sound of the glass thumping on the top of the dresser echoes almost infinitely. And you open your eyes and you look, and there's at least 7, maybe 8 tempests that are just sort of stretched out.
Ugh.
You feel butterflies in your stomach, and all the way from your toes to your nose, it is white hot.
Oh, that's no.
You even feel your hair moving in the breeze, even though there isn't one. And he pulls out a scroll case and dumps out a map.
Uh-huh.
As he begins to unfold it, you start to see it looks very, very familiar. Make a history check for me with disadvantage.
15.
It looks like the same tattoo that covers his body. Though this seems to be a bit more complete.
Sure.
When this world was new, before the brethren were, there was anarchy in the seas. It was cruel and terrifying and rough. But then came Galaxia, who tamed the tempest winds, contained the rain, and from the timbers that have fallen in the sea, constructed 4 ships. Each ship had a compass, and each compass had a purpose. And as long as that compass is held by the captain of that ship cannot sink.
To clarify, each compass has each ship had a compass, each compass had a purpose.
If you want to sail the Maelstrom, you can't just take any boat.
Whose?
The ship of the Northern Star. It's disappeared for 2 years now. Not really certain where it's at.
Is that the captain you mentioned?
Mm-hmm. Sacrosa.
Okay.
The one of the east? Well, it's docked outside. But you don't want to try and fight them to take it. And they won't take you easily. The ship of the south, well, she sits somewhere off the coast of Praetoria right now. But it wouldn't do you much good anyway, because the damned fool lost the compass.
My face twitches. I gotta fucking be honest.
I'm trying not to scream right now.
I don't know if he notices, but I have established that Curie has no poker face. So
I've got no poker face. No poker face.
none.
Well, and we all know what happened to the ship of the West.
What happened to the ship of the West?
It got renamed because the damned thing wouldn't stop belching black smoke every time we went into battle. We called it the Black Joke. I can't take you on my ship because it's not really mine. At least not in totality. The one that owns the compass is technically the real captain. But Madrigal doesn't sail anymore. Not since the curse.
The curse.
Some blame fate. Others, it's more of a mystery. But Moses Madrigal is 737 years old and doesn't look a day past. He is a walking, talking, barely breathing son of a bitch. But he looks like the tattered sails of a ship that should never leave shore. The curse he has won't let him die. but it won't let him live the life that he wishes he had. So, my old captain entrusted the boat to me, but I don't have the ability to add any crew to it. The ship has a mind of its own. Those things tend to happen when you're made by a god. Anybody that steps foot on that vessel without given proper course will be struck dead by the next moon. Now, you understand. This voyage you want to set out on, it's already doomed. I don't want to sound so serious. Being serious hurts my jawline. Please, don't make me worry about you.
I make no promises. Not ones I can't keep anyway.
Can we at least just go have a meal like normal friends? I've only been back in port for a couple of days now. It would do me a lot of good to not have to rush around like I normally do.
Sure.
Good. I have so many things to tell you.
And I have things to ask.
So back over to the other side.
Just leave Nairi hanging forever.
Yep, that's the plan.
God damn you.
So we were gonna try and find out information on Bernard's parents, right?
Yeah.
So the best place for you to look for information would likely be down near the bazaar, because that's where all of the sailors that come in and out go. This part of town is mostly people that actually live in Ferro Pax, or people that are conscripted with the Brethren. So it's a little different. But if you are a sailor traveling from the east to the west and you somehow are able to get to Ferro Pax without having to worry about pirates shooting you down, this is where you're going to end up. Yes, Tom.
I don't know if you keep track of the time or anything, but once Joron's disguise self drops, he doesn't put it back on.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, since Joron put on his disguise self, it's only been about maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
How long does it last for him?
An hour, I think.
Okay. It'll probably take an hour for you to get from where you're at to the bazaar.
Cool.
Unless Carrick decides to teleport you.
No, I'm not
We're
wasting a
walking.
teleport on that. We'll walk.
How would you teleport on an hour walk?
Yeah.
I figured you wouldn't, but I'm just going to throw that out there. But yeah, so as you reach the bazaar at in the south of the island, you are met with tons of merchants and traders that are trying to hawk their wares. Anything from the finest silks from Gormator to spices from all the way as far away as Laramine. There are blades that have been forged in Dvardholm and armor that's been made all the way up in Eldengard. Anything that you could want or need, you can find among these places here. To the immediate north of this, you can see is sort of a shantytown camp that is made up of large tents and yurts and things like that that are made up for people that are staying temporarily.
So we just asking around.
Yeah, I guess that's the best bet. We're looking for people from the Blacktooth tribe.
Okay, sure, yeah. So probably like don't split up really, right? I don't want to also like just 3 people question like a random person at a time. So stay within eyesight of each other at all times.
Okay.
Probably a good plan.
Yell out if anyone tries to kidnap you or anything. Real quick, I'm going to use, now that I'm 18th level, I can just do it for free, but I'm going to do shield at first level just to bring my my abjuration ward up.
Gotcha.
So I have my my 40 some odd temporary hit points.
Okay, so I'd like you each to roll me a survival check.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I rolled good.
Oh. 30.
27.
21.
So we're going to start with you, Joran, because 30 is the highest. So you end up finding your way to what is essentially an open air hut that is surrounded by low benches and stools. Low enough, in fact, that if you sat down on them, it would be like an adult sitting in a child-sized seat.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 3 dwarves that are handing out cuts of meat that are held on spires that are in the center of the hut. As you approach, they hack you off a large slab and set it down on a metal plate, and then look at you again, and then hack off a larger slab and put it down next to it.
I sit down and just put like 3 gold next to them.
Oh, no, it's 100% complimentary.
Stupid.
All right. They chuck it into a bucket next to the meat bins. Are you here for the contest?
What contest?
I'm sorry. Had you not been informed about the contest?
No.
They're having a contest today to see how much dire worm you can eat.
Dire worm.
Dire worm. There's a large sort of a tapestry that is hung up above the meat that looks like it was painted. It looks like imagine like a maggot, except it's the size of like a dump truck.
Okay.
And beside it is a picture of the same thing, except cut into large chunks and spit roasted over a fire. Winner gets 30 gold, and you get to have a night in the keep by yourself.
In the keep. So special about it?
Well, it's technically sovereign ground for the lords, but they gave us the way to, auction off a couple of rooms in order to make a bit of coin. Seeing as how this part of the year they're not really there most of the time. So as long as everybody stays out of the dungeon, they should be fine.
Oh.
But
wow.
it comes with all expenses paid. You would have you would be waited on hand and foot for 3 days and 2 nights. They have a very, very lush and plush interior to that place, despite what it looks like from the outside.
Sounds interesting. So this is a part of the worm, or is like regular meat?
This one is cow. That is goat, and that is bugbear.
Oh, where do I go for the contest?
Oh, if you're going to take part in the contest, you just have to go over to the tent city and sign on the roster. But they've got plenty of room for more people. It's really surprising how little people want to actually eat a giant worm.
Yeah.
Go figure.
It's honestly
Alaskan
bugging me. Have you heard anything about a certain clan? It's called Fang. No. Ray. Yeah, there is a tooth. No, not one. Black tooth? Black Fang? Something like that. You heard about it?
He shouts over to the other 2 dwarves that are manning the tent. Do we hear about a black tooth? I knew a white fang once. No, I don't think that's the kind of... Never mind. Morris, what about you? You hear about a black tooth? I heard about all sorts of things. All you need to do is ask. Well, I'm asking right now, you fool. Just tell me where the... You know what? Never mind. He talks a lot longer than he actually needs to. I believe that if you need any of that kind of information, you could probably go over to the Census Bureau over there, across the way.
Okay.
They're the ones that keep track of every ship that comes in and out. The harbor master should be there right now.
Well, do they keep track of the people that come in?
Yeah. As soon as they dock, everyone has to make their mark.
Okay. Thank you very much. May I take this plate?
Well, I sort of need the plate. But here, he takes out a large piece of brown butcher paper and sets the 2 slabs of meat down in it and rolls it up and shoves the meat up so that it's just barely sticking up one side and then rolls it up. There you go. So now you essentially have a tube of meat that you can just roll up to get the meat out of it.
I started eating it on my way over there. Thank you very much. I go to the bureau. What was it called?
Oh yeah, the Census Bureau. Yes. So once you get there, there are 3 kobolds and an elf that are there. The elf is dressed in the closest thing you will find to noble's clothes in this part of the world. Has a silver pocket watch in one pocket and is wearing a bunch of rings on their left hand. A large scroll clasped in the right. Yes, are you new in town? Do you need to sign the roster?
Oh, no. I've been here for quite a while already. I have a question. I'm looking for some acquaintances of mine. Have you recently written down or took notice of someone of the Blacktooth clan?
Blacktooth. I could look into it. When did you say that they might have come through?
It could have been a while. Could be while back. They've been kind of on the run, like pretty much everyone here. So
I'm not running anywhere, but I get the idea. Let's see. Do you have anything to do, or could you wait just a moment? If you give me a moment, I might be able to search my records.
Oh, sure.
Right. He turns around and yells something in Draconic to the three kobolds that are there. Do you speak
Oh
Draconic?
fuck! I don't anymore. I did before, but then I forgot.
And you forgot all the dragon stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he yells something to the three of them in Dragon, and they all sort of nod at him and then begin to feverishly search through scrolls.
So this is the Kobold Press.
We're gonna get sued.
Carrick, what are you doing?
So I was just gonna kind of start talking to people about the Blacktooth clan.
You got a 21, right?
Yes.
You find yourself at the fortune teller's tent,
Oh, this will be rich.
which is right here.
Okay. Yeah. I'll
So
go in.
as you step in through the curtains, there is a rumble of thunder and the sound of wind, and there's a large crystal ball sitting in the center of a small table, and a high-backed chair on the other side of it. There's a small stool on your side of the table. The high-backed chair spins around slowly 3 times, and the third time it comes around, there is a goblin dressed in purple and black robes, covered in gold jewelry, with one eye covered by a red leather patch. I knew you'd come today.
Gripping the staff of the Magi, I'm going to use it to cast Detect Magic.
There is nothing magical in this tent.
Well, did you now? That's impressive.
I absolutely did. I woke this morning and I felt it in my knees.
Yeah. Your knees, huh? Is that where the divinations come from? The knees.
It depends on how one bends.
Interesting. So, what do these premonitions tell you I would be here for?
Well, they said that you would come asking for guidance.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And
isn't that probably
I was
most people
to
that come
oblige
in?
you in any way possible.
Okay. Here's the thing: you're an advertised fortune teller. Isn't that kind of like why everyone comes in here, though?
Some people come to collect money from me.
From you or for you?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, guidance. This isn't so much of the magical variety, but it's like past few years, you have anyone come through here that was part of the Blacktooth clan?
Oh, let me consult the ether.
I was more meaning like, did you remember? I'm going to cast Prestidigitation to start making like whispers and stuff in this goblin's ears. Like of doom.
Come to me now. Tell me where I can find the Blacktooth. Yes, it's coming to me now. It's coming to me. I see them. I see them standing on a far-off coastline, looking off into the sea. They miss you.
They miss me?
They want to find you.
Oh, yeah?
And it's getting hazy. Perhaps if I had something to help me remember.
Uh-huh. Sure. You know, could you, no, that's a little too mean. Sure. I'm just gonna put a silver.
The spirits would speak better for a gold piece, but we'll see what we can do. Pulls open the robe and plunk. Whistles loudly, and a bat from the back of the chair flies off and around the inside of the tent, knocking the opening to the tent closed. And with it, knocking over a pitcher of water onto a circle of salt that had outlined the entire interior of the tent, breaking the zone of anti-magic.
Okay.
You are now transported to the Sea of Stars. In all directions, all you see is darkness and the glittering of twilight. A booming voice erupts from the little goblin this time, their eyes glowing a pale purple. You have chosen to seek what has not been found, lost to the ages, untold, unwrought. The clan erased from time. You seek the Black Tooth.
Yep.
You wish to find them? Look for them in a town called Mortis.
Could you spell that, please? I pull out my book.
Where the water runs black, and there is no fresh earth. Where there are more bodies in the ground than above it. At the high north side of the grinding sea, against the waves, you will find it, and more. Be wary, though. You are not the only one that hunts the Black Tooth.
Could you say who else does?
I would have for a gold piece.
Fair enough. Sure.
And the tent disappears, and you are now standing in the bazaar again.
Huh. Can I roll an Arcana to see if I know what the hell just happened?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, it's real good. 35.
Yeah, so you just stepped into a fairly well-prepared planner jaunt spell that had been ritually performed on that tent, and then immediately transported back.
Okay. To the Sea of Stars.
To the Sea of Stars.
Okay. Would I know what kind of entity that was talking to me?
Make a religion check.
Ooh. I'm
Ooh.
not as good at those. 21.
That was very likely an agent of the god Marduk, the god of knowledge and magic.
Nairi's gonna be so fucking pissed she missed that.
And she's back. The timing is priceless. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to call game this week. I think that we have done some things, and there's plenty left to do, but I think we're out of time.
But 3 weeks, man.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. There's a lot going on with NR though, and it's not just SBC. SBC needs to take a break just this time, but that's only because one of us has daddy issues.
Yeah, as we've said, like the past couple of sessions, we knew that daylight savings time was going to take a whack at our usual scheduled content, because certain schedules are not flexible and daylight savings time is a joke. But for the next 3 weeks, on Friday, we're going to have 3 one-shots. David's going to be running one. I'm going to be running one, though it won't be D&D. I'm going to be running Monster of the Week. And Shrug, who you may remember guested as Pomegranate, is going to run a one-shot for us. So that should be fun. It will be 7 p.m. GMT. All of our American time zones will be an hour later, which is where the problem is coming in. So, but we hope that it'll be fun. You'll get to mix it up, see some sort of different things, get to see some different people DMing. Should be fun. But we will still have Clouds Over Shan and Dreams of the Brave on the Mondays. And then Second
And then
Breakfast
the
Club
first-
will be back in April.
Yep, the first week of April, you'll get to see the next episode of Second Breakfast Club, where we find out whether or not Nairi is going to scream into her pillow the rest of the night.
Yeah.
You should
I'll be
watch the
screaming.
VOD.
Yeah, you missed
3 weeks for you, Tom, to figure out what you want to do unsupervised. No rules.
But yeah, thank you for joining us, chat, for being so patient with us starting late. It's been a great. Hopefully, we'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.